Super Mario Brothers movie reviews are here. Amazon gaming division is laying off over 100 employees. Xbox made a controller out of garbage. Sony is working on a new handheld. Nintendo is fixing Joy-Cons even after the warranty. And PlayStation has a summer showcase planned. This and more on this week's episode of Carpool Weekly. If you like the Carpool content, please leave a like or subscribe. I'm Court Lalonde.
And I'm Seth Sturgill.
Well, PlayStation, it looks like they're going to be having a summer showcase. According to Jeff Grubb, PlayStation is planning on having a summer showcase sometime before the Summer Games Fest, which is June 8th. Sony hasn't confirmed this yet, but Jeffrey Grubb is very rarely wrong, and this would make sense. With E3 being put out to pasture and Jeff Keighley dancing on its grave, we do know that Xbox will be June 11th, and we know that Ubisoft Forward will be on June 12th. That puts PlayStation Showcase somewhere in the week before or the week of, probably around the 10th, if I had my guess on that. Now, to what PlayStation might actually show is anybody's guess. I'm going to give you my guess. My guess is we're going to see something from Sony Ben, and this one's going to be like the, hey, taking a shot out in the left field here, but I think we get a Last of Us Factions beta dropping that day of the showcase. And then I think we're either going to get an Astrobot VR game or a PS5 game. And then a long shot here, we get a trailer for the sequel of Ghost of Tsushima.
Interesting. I like where your head's at, Court. I definitely think Last of Us Factions, I think, is like that must be coming very soon, I feel like. I would love to see like an Astrobot PSVR 2 game. I think the PSVR 2 needs more killer apps. That'd be super cool. I'm wondering, like, I know that the notion was that the ramp up for the Spider-Man stuff would be happening in August, but like maybe they would have something Spider-Man 2 related here if they're doing a summer showcase.
Yeah, maybe like a villains trailer.
Yeah,
where we're just only seeing the villains and it's just, CGI, just it is what it is, but yeah. Maybe something like that. But I would think that Spider-Man 2 is going to get that God of War treatment.
I hope so.
And get its own showcase.
Yeah, I hope so. But definitely let us know in the comments below what you guys would want to see from PlayStation Summer Showcase. But moving on to our next story here, the reviews for the Super Mario Brothers movie are in, and while the critics are not liking it, at the time of recording, it is sitting a 53% critics rating on Rotten Tomatoes, but a 97% audience score. Same sort of thing happened to the Sonic movie when it came out. Reviews panned them, yet audiences loved the Sonic movies, and with good reason. Those movies are really good. And Court, I gotta be honest with you, this to me seems like a situation where the movie critics are looking for like fine art out of a Mario movie, and they're looking for the Mario movie to go and win like Oscars, and it's just not. It's a Mario movie. I at this point have seen it twice. I think it is fantastic. We did a full spoiler-free discussion on the Nintendo Drive, which I'll have a link to for you guys to check that out with Cheesy from the Nintendo Powercast. And I love the movie, personally.
Yeah, I'm actually going to see it on Sunday. I'm super excited. And I actually was going through and reading a couple of the reviews, and I had one of them saying that they couldn't believe the story because they had two plumbers from New York becoming lost in this world. And I'm like, oh my God, are you reading far too much into a Mario Brothers movie? Like, really, people, this movie is made for kids. So for me, it's made for us to feel like kids as well. But for me, it's just, I'm going to go to the movie this weekend. I'm taking my daughter. She's super excited. She comes out loving it. I'm going to love it.
You guys are going to love it. I can't wait to hear your thoughts. And again, a full spoiler-free discussion on the Nintendo Drive. So definitely check that out.
Well, our next story isn't the best, but Amazon's gaming division is laying off over 100 employees. This story comes from Tom Ivan over at VGC. Amazon has announced plans to cut over 100 employees from its video game division. In a memo to staff obtained by CNBC, Amazon Games Vice President Christopher Hartman, I guess he doesn't really have a heart, said the layoffs would be spread across the company's games growth group, its San Diego development studio, and Prime Gaming. Some employees will also be reassigned to other projects The match our strategic focus, he said. The cuts in Amazon's game division are part of a wider restructuring effort at the company. Last month, Amazon CEO Andy Jassy said it planned to lay off an additional 9,000 employees on top of the 18,000 job cuts announced earlier this year. This becoming the trend in the gaming industry on both development and media side. Games are becoming more expensive to make, and cost-cutting measures are being made everywhere. I also look at this as like Amazon trying to dip its foot in with the Luna, and we've already got the three companies in Nintendo, Sony, and Microsoft. And I don't see another company being able to get into this space. Steam does a great job of just having its killer app on the PC side, but I don't see even these big companies like Amazon and Google already tried coming in and trying to get a piece of that pie. I could see them making games. I think this is too big of aspirations and not doing anything with it. But I also look at this as a company like Amazon who, prints their own money. Going out there and firing employees all the time is a bit of a bad look.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, look, I hate it whenever people are laid off and lose jobs. It's always unfortunate. We wish everybody affected all the best, obviously. But I also think that companies like Amazon and Google, they experiment with stuff all the time. And Amazon games I look at as another experiment. And yeah, to your point, like I don't think there's room in the space for them to be kind of tackling this on their own. I think they would be much better as like a publishing partner or something like that. So we'll see where it is moving forward, but I hope everybody affected lands on their feet. In our next story, this is kind of a funny one. Xbox is apparently making a controller out of garbage. Xbox announced in an Xbox Wire post that they'll be releasing a controller made partly from old CDs, water jugs, and other used controller parts. As always, Xbox is first to market when it comes to innovation, like they did with the adaptive controller and power-saving modes on the Xbox series of consoles. In the Xbox Wire post, it says, "To celebrate this year, we've created an Xbox controller that features recovered plastics, with 1/3 of it being made from regrind and reclaimed materials, mixing post-consumer recycled resins with regrind consisting of previously molded colored parts creates custom earth tone colors, the subtle variations, swirlings, markings, and texturing, giving each remixed special edition controller its own look and feel." This is such a cool story. I like this a lot. This is a neat, again, innovative thing from Xbox, and I think is a super unique approach to this.
I work in the plastic industry, and this is just smart. The amount of resin and plastic beads that are left over, Xbox is using something that some would look as garbage and actually making it as something that can be used. There's so many controllers out in the wild. I would hope, and this is just a hope, that this is how they make their controllers moving forward. I know it's awesome to get these special edition controllers, but at least if they're trying something different and trying to be more impactful to the environment, it goes a long way. So recently, the internet was afire because it said Sony is making a new handheld. Tom Henderson from Insider Gaming broke a story saying Sony is working on a new portable console, but if you were thinking it's another Vita, it doesn't sound like it. Codenamed the Q-Lite, the next PlayStation handheld is the next piece of Sony hardware that aims to be yet another piece of hardware that requires the PlayStation 5. Insider Gaming understands that the Q-Lite is not a cloud streaming device, but instead uses remote play with the PlayStation 5, a feature that the console giant has been pushing these past couple of weeks. Supporting adaptive streaming up to 1080p and 60 frames per second, the new device will require constant connectivity to the internet. As for the console physical features, early prototypes show the console will look a lot like a PlayStation 5 controller, but with a massive 8-inch LCD touchscreen in the center. The device supports adaptive triggers for the haptic feedback and will include what you would come to expect from a handheld: volume buttons, speakers, and audio input jacks. We'll have the full article and a link down below. This just seems out of touch to me. I don't know who needs this. With way Xbox does Xbox Game Pass and you're able to just play it on your iPad or your phone, like, just do that. Like, why do we need this?
Yeah, I'm kind of right there with you. To me, I'm like, this seems to me like it's kind of a half step between, like, there are a lot of people who want a new dedicated handheld. I understand the Vita didn't like set the world on fire, but there are a lot of people who really love the Vita, and I don't think this is going to scratch that itch for them. I think that this is basically just using something like remote play. And yeah, like, why can't I just do it on my phone instead? Like, why do I need to buy this whole other device? that's going to need connectivity to the internet, require that I already have a PlayStation 5. Yeah, it seems a little odd to me too, I agree. But in our next story, Nintendo is righting some wrongs in the Joy-Con drift department. Nintendo is fixing Joy-Cons even after the warranty has expired in the UK and EEA. Currently, this is the policy in North America because of Joy-Con drift. Now the policy elsewhere until further notice. Joy-Con drift has been a huge problem for the Nintendo Switch ever since it launched back in 2017. Nintendo has been sued over this multiple times, and they've had to have a pretty by definition, a pretty lenient warranty and return policy and repair policy and all of this. So it's nice that now everybody gets to take advantage of that. It's a little ridiculous that this wasn't the case to begin with. Fix your Joy-Cons, Nintendo.
Yeah, it's absolutely atrocious. Like, and we even know that this is happening on the Xboxes. It's happening on the PlayStation DualSense. It's happening on every controller, and it's how they make it. It's fascinating because you could actually go on Amazon and just type in Joy-Con drift, and it'll show you repair kits.
Yeah.
Like, it's that common that you have to get repair kits. I know that I've gone through 4 sets of Joy-Cons now so far. I've gone through 1 DualSense controller, and I've gone through 1 Xbox controller. And it all seems to be the same thing. Yet when we were younger, we never had this issue. It's because they're using plastic parts and hoping for the best.
Yep.
So to me, this spells Nintendo, Xbox, and PlayStation need to be better for consumers because right now they're giving us inferior products.
Yep. Higher quality products, higher quality parts, absolutely. But speaking of Nintendo, here we're talking about a new Mario game apparently on the horizon. Surprise, surprise. Chris Scullion from VGC writes, in an interview with Variety, Miyamoto was asked when the next Mario game would be released, given that Nintendo has just launched the new Super Nintendo World theme park in Hollywood and the Super Mario Bros. Movie this week. Miyamoto laughed and said, according to the video subtitles, quote, well, all I can say is please stay tuned for future Nintendo Directs, end quote. What Miyamoto actually said is a little more detailed than this, but gives the same general message. He says, quote, I can't say anything in advance, but we have Nintendo Directs every 2 or 3 months, so please look forward to those, end quote. The last entirely new Mario adventure was, of course, Super Mario Odyssey, which was released on the Nintendo Switch in October 2017. It was really funny to me, like, yeah, of course they're getting a new Mario game. It's exciting that, Miyamoto is talking about Nintendo Directs and stuff. And I mean, like, all of this seems like common knowledge to me. Like, yeah, a new Mario game is coming. Check. It's probably going to be announced in a future Nintendo Direct. Check. And I hope it's coming soon because it has been far too long since we've had a new Mario game.
Yeah, my hope originally was we were going to get one right around the time of the movie being released.
Me too.
My daughter has just got into playing the Mario games. In fact, they're on sale right now. You can actually go to Walmart, Amazon, everywhere. All the Mario games are on sale. So I'm actually going to get new Super Mario Bros. Today.
Nice.
So she can play it. But I'm actually more shocked because the reason why I say this is because you have companies like Xbox and PlayStation are so hush-hush and they get so frustrated when people give away. But yet Miyamoto is just out there going, yeah, no, we're definitely going to be making a new Mario game.
Oh, yeah.
I know that it's, duh, but at the same time, it's thank you for just speaking honesty here. My guess is, though, I love reading into everything. I think we're going to be getting one sooner rather than later.
I hope. I hope you're right, man. I'm ready. It's been too long. If it's Mario Odyssey 2, I don't care what it is. We just need some new Mario something. I'm tired of waiting.
Yeah, but let us know in the comments. What do you think? When are we getting a new Mario game? But that was another episode of CarPro Weekly. We hope you found the information informative, and please leave us comments. Give us a like if you think we deserve it. We'll see you next time.
Bye, guys.